Alright guys, today I am doing a live version of Pro Players Suck at Itemization. This is totally unscripted and unfiltered thoughts here, but um, I just wanted you guys to take a look at the Azir itemization here and just how tragically horrible it is. So the first thing I want to point out is earlier in the game, around 15 minutes or so, he had components of both Nashers and Crown. So he had a Lost Chapter and a Blasting Wand, and then he also had a Fiendish Codex and a recurve bow, or whatever that 700 gold on hit item is. And so he had all four of those components in his inventory at once, and he didn't complete a single item until 20 minutes into the game. So the problem with that is that he's not spiking until super late. So that's probably a contributing factor into why Fnatic wasn't able to contest Dragon very well, is because the Azir hadn't spiked yet. Just in and of itself, Crown is so omega giga useless of an item, especially here. So I mean, optimally maybe it blocks a fully stacked Gwen Q, but that's pretty much all you're getting here. With you're into Xayah Feathers, you're into Rakan Q, he can poke that off. You're into Akali, who can just proto belt you and pop off Crown. So you're not getting any value out of the Crown shield here. Crown is an item built for protecting you against assassins. It's a counter assassin item, so it'll protect you from Zed Burst, Talon Burst, whatever it might be. But into these teams, like Gwen can ult it off or just auto it or Q it off. Poppy has a ranged auto. Akali has plenty of ways to just poke it off really quick. Xayah Feathers again. So Crown is so utterly useless in most situations. I hate that people are building it on Azir these days. And so the other problem here is that when you think about, when you look at SK's team comp, most of them are building health, right? So you look at Gwen, and she has Riftmaker, which you can see here. She has almost 3,000 health. The Poppy is building a lot of health. Akali has a good amount of health with Proto Belt. The Rakan not so much because his base levels aren't as high and he's not itemizing as much, but even still he has some HP built into his kit. And so why, in this case, are you not building Liandry's? Liandry's burn does damage based off of percent max health HP. And so I feel like Liandry's is such an under-purchased item in so many cases, and especially on Azir, when you have such consistent DPS, you're constantly refreshing that burn and getting consistent value out of it. Whereas Crown, statistically speaking, isn't as good for one, and the shield just gets poked off by any random ability at any random time. And so in this case, I highly prefer, if I were Azir here, against health stacking champions, you rush Liandry, and then you go Nashers, and then you take Lethal Tempo as your rune. Lethal Tempo, it's harder to stack up in team fights, but if you do get it fully stacked, it infinitely beats Conquer in terms of DPS in team fights again, and it synergizes really, really well with the on hit from Nashers and the burn from Liandry's. Also here, Humanoid making a huge mistake of going Berserker Greaves. It really doesn't make any sense to build attack speed boots here when you've built Crown. So I'm just very, very confused by his build and his thought process here. The Void Staff third is good. Honestly, I might have even built it second after Liandry's, because you can see that Fnatic's comp is 4 AP, and so it makes it super easy for SK's comp to itemize against. You can just stack Merc Treads and Magic Resists. You can see the Banshees and the Merc Treads on Gwen. You can see the Merc Treads on 4 members, and then you also have a Maw on Xayah. So it's like, why aren't you building as much M-Pen as possible? Even in this case, Ludens would be fine because it gives Magic Pen. But like anything but Crown, man, it really doesn't make any sense. So the Void Staff is his one good purchase. I probably would have gone it second after my Mythic though. It's really, really cringe, because the attack speed boots do nothing. It should have been Magic Pen boots for sure. Into all this stacking Magic Resist, you can see now Akali's completed her Banshee's third item, and so obviously it's a draft error too to draft 4 AP champions. But just in terms of itemization, it's super, super cringe that Azirs nowadays are just going Nashers and Crown no matter what. So there's no thought put into it. I just want to ask them why they think this is good, and I can guarantee you they won't really be able to give me an answer. So either way, really, really big itemization errors out of Humanoid this game, and it's definitely contributing to at least his scoreline, and very potentially the scoreline of the rest of the game, as it looks like SK is going to be able to close this out pretty easily. So like, I was going to end the video here, but it looks like SK is about to end soon, so I just want to look at Humanoid. His crown just got popped off by Xayah Feathers, so he's automatically got no value out of that already. And so it looks like a fight might be starting here. So just keep your eyes focused on Humanoid and how little damage he does. Well, he just got booped out by the Poppy, which obviously is a nice play from Marcoon there. But you can see, like, all of the damage is coming from the Kaisa. Humanoid soldiers don't do anything because he hasn't itemized any damage. Even to the support, it's barely doing anything. And so, like, he keeps forward one auto, like, it's tickling them. He also brought Scorch instead of Gathering Storm. And here they go, Humanoid has been jumped on. Like, yeah, he's really not doing any damage at all. It's pretty cringe. Imagine if he had gone Leandries or Ludens even into Void second, Shadow Flame, Magic Pen boots. He should be stacking as much Magic Pen as possible this game because of how much Magic Resist SK had. So I know I'm probably rambling on about the same things over and over, but it is really cringe. And these are the kinds of things that you need to be thinking about when itemizing in League of Legends. You need to be thinking about what you've drafted as a team, what the enemy team is going to be building, and things like this. So you can't just go in and copy a build from Mobifier and say that it's good, because that's not the case. Builds change every game, and it's a dynamic aspect of League of Legends, which a lot of people don't seem to understand. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this little unscripted bit here, and thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.